Okay, we're going to do homework for chapter 1.3 through 1.5. So, what is our first question? Find the average rate of the change for indicated value of x. Okay, let me take the picture of it so we can work on it. So we need to find the average rate. What do we have? F of x is equal 9x minus 1. And we need to find the average rate for values x equal 1, x1 is equal 6, x2 is equal 7. Okay, so first of all, average rate of change, it's slope from algebra. So where m is equal y2 minus y1, x2 minus x1. If you remember, it doesn't matter which one you subtract from what. I can write down y1 minus y2, but it's important if first I have y1, then x also has to be 1. Okay? All right, so what is our y? Our y is nothing else but our f of x. It's the same y. So accordingly, I can replace, in this case, it's going to be equal f of x2 minus f of x1, right? Y1 is f of x2, y2 is f of x1. So this is f of x1, this is f of x2. Okay, and we're dividing by x2 minus x1. So my x2 is 7, f of 7 minus f of 6, and dividing by 7 minus 6. Okay, so let's do drafting. F of 7 is equal 9 times 7 minus 1. It's equal 63 minus 1, 62. And f of 6 is equal 9 times 6 minus 1. 9 times 6 is 54 minus 1, 53. So from here, we are getting 62 minus 53 divided by 1, which is going to be 62 minus 53, it's going to be 9. So the answer is 9. Bingo. Moving to next question. So again, find the average rate of change. So what do we have here? Our problem is f of x is equal x squared plus 3x. And we need to find the rate of change from x is equal 1, x1 is equal 1, to x2 is equal 7. So an interval between 1 and 7. Okay, so we need to do f of 7, right? Minus f of 1. This is 7 minus 1. This is f of... Okay, let me write down fully just in case if somebody having trouble. So again, y2 minus y1, slope, x2 minus x1. So y2 is f of x, so it's going to be f of x2 minus f of x1, because y is a function of x, f meaning function, x is our parameter, over x2 minus x1. Okay, let's place the values. So it's going to be f of 7 minus f of 1, and dividing by 7 minus 1. Okay? So what do we get here? F of 7 is, what is our equation? X squared plus 3x, right? So it's going to be 7 squared plus 3 times 7. Everywhere where x is, we replace with 7. And this is equal 7 squared 49 plus 21. And we are getting 70. Now, f of, let me squeeze this. And here I'll write down this one. So f of 1 is equal x squared, which is 1 squared, plus 3 times 1. So it's equal 1 plus 3 is equal 4. So from here, what we are going to do, f of 7 is 70. I'm going to plug here, right? Result. 70 minus 4 and divided by 6. We get what? 66 divided by 6, and we are getting 11. Okay, let's plug. Okay, question number 3. So find an equation for the tangent line to the graph of the given function at the point 3, 8. Okay. Oh, it changed. Hold on. Let me take a picture of it so I can work on it. So we have equation x squared plus 2, is that it? Yeah. So x squared plus 2 x squared plus 2, and we need to find an equation for the tangent line to the graph. This is the graph, x squared plus 2, in the given the point -4 and 18. So, which means we need to find the tangent line, the equation of the slope. So, which means it's going to be, we need to find the format. Let me see. We need to find the format. Y is equal mx plus b. Okay, so first thing we need to find m, and then we need to find b. Okay, tangent line. So it's a line of the slope. That's what we need to find. So first thing first, we need to find out. So slope. We know the formula for slope is m is equal y2 minus y1, x2 minus x1, which is equal f of x2 minus f of x1 over x2 minus x1. Now, we don't have two x's here, but we have the pair, the pair of coordinates, which is where we are given x and y. How are we gonna, based on this x, we figure out x2 and xy? Very easy. Look, let's say we have this parabola, x squared plus 2, for example. Okay. And we have here, this is plus 2, obviously. but it's not important. So this is my, we need to find in the point -4. Let's say this is -4, and somewhere here, let's assume, use your imagination, this is 18 in this point. Okay? And the tangent line is gonna go like this. Tangent line is the line that touches the curve in one point, and that's point -4 and 12. So how we are going to find? So first of all, we need to find, as I said, the slope. What we're gonna do is, let's say I have here point, oops, I'm going to take a point here, it doesn't matter which one. Let me clean this -4 and this line so we can work. Here I have my x1, here I have my x2. Accordingly, this is y2, and this one is y1, x2. So I can go either from x2 to x1, or I can go from x1 to x2. That doesn't matter at all. Now, since I don't have two x's, I have only one x. This is what I'm going to do. Let's assume this is my x, and I'm moving to this point. So I mark down the distance as an h, and it's going to be x plus h. This is distance x, let me write down here, and this point is going to be x plus h, if this is my h. Yes? So I can go from x to x plus h, or from x plus h, I can go to x. Okay? And accordingly, it's going to be either for x, it's going to be here f of x. And this one, it's going to be f of x plus h. As x plus h is going to approach to x, yes, from here, will come here. The distance h is going to get slowly less and less and less, and at the point when it reached point x, it's going to become 0, right? And you get x when x arrive to point x plus h arrive to point x. So because as we move from x plus h to x, we are going to, therefore in this case, I'm going to use limit. So m is equal f of, instead of x2, I'm putting x plus h. Oops, I forgot this limit. Limit h approaches to 0, f of x plus h minus f of x, and we divide by, now, x2 and x1. So if my x1 is x, x2 is x plus h. So if I put x plus h minus x, so x and x is going to be gone, and I will have m is equal limit h approaches to 0, f of x plus h minus f of x divided by h. Okay, from here, what we are going to do now, we are going to replace x with my value here, -4. And f of x, I'm going to use x squared plus 2. Okay? So let's work on it. So it's going to be m is equal limit x, h approaches to 0. So I'm going to have, instead of x, I'm going to plug, I have x squared. Instead of this x, I will have x plus h. So it's going to be -4 plus h squared. This is going to be my x squared right here, and plus 2, and minus f of x, which is minus x squared plus 2. I mean, x squared plus 2, and instead of x, I'm going to plug what? I'm going to plug negative 4, right? No space. Negative 4 squared plus 2. All right? And we are dividing by h. So what do we get from here? Let's do real quick algebra. Limit h approaches to 0. We are getting negative 4 plus h. It's a plus b squared. Right? A plus b squared equal a squared plus 2ab plus b squared. So here we get negative 4 plus h. Why negative? Yeah, negative 4. Negative 4 plus h squared is equal negative 4 squared plus 2 times negative 4 times h and plus h squared, right? A is negative 4, b is h. Okay, so from here we are getting negative, negative 4 squared is 16, and then plus minus 8x. This is going to be this one. I mean, 8h. And plus h squared. Minus negative 4 is going to be 16, and plus 2. And we divide by h. So we equal limit h approaches to 0. Let me move here my page so it won't be running out of time, because we are here doing math. So it's going to be 16 minus 8h, ugly 8h plus h squared. 16 plus 2 is 18 minus 18. Oops, I forgot these 2 also. I'm going to add these 2 here. Plus 2 here and plus 2 here. Okay. Sorry about that. This is these 2 from equation. All right. So what do we get? 16 plus 8 plus 2 is 18, and minus 18, which means we are going to cancel this. And we are getting h squared minus 8h divided by h. I need to squeeze in the limit. All right. Okay, so from here we get, I'm taking h out, limit, h approaches to 0, I'm taking h out, I get h minus 8 divided by h. And from here I have, if I plug limit already, 0 minus 8, I'm getting negative 8. So my m, my slope, is equal negative 8. Okay, so now it's time to find the equation y is equal mx plus b. So I'm writing down, let me use different color here. This color, okay. So what do I have? Y minus y1 equal m times x minus x1. This is for the slope. We received this from m is equal y minus y1 x minus x1, and from here y minus y1 equal m times x minus x1. Okay, so we have y1 and we have x1. Our y1 is how much? Here, negative 4 and 18. Y is 18, x is negative 4. So let's plug. Y minus 18 equal m is negative 8, negative 4 minus, no, x minus negative 4. So we get y minus 18, negative 8, x plus 4. From here, y minus 18 equal, distributing negative 8x minus 32. And from here, negative 18 moving here, y is equal negative 8x minus 32 plus 18. And result we get y is equal negative 8x, negative 32 plus 18. It's going to be 14. Negative 8x minus 14. Let's plug in. Negative 8 x, it was plus 14, right? Minus 14, I'm sorry. Okay, minus question number 4. It's gonna be same the thing. Again, find equation for of the tangent line. Okay, let's solve it real quick. So what do we have this time? F of x equal negative 1 minus 3x squared. And we need to find tangent line, the equation of tangent line at the point 2 and negative 13. So let's start working real quick. So we know m is going to be equal limit. I will not go through explanation again because we already know from the previous problem. Again x. It's already habit. H approaches to 0 and we get f of x plus h minus f of x, and we have x plus h minus x. Whoever is interested where from, go back to a previous problem and I explained there in details. Makes no sense to explain same thing twice. Okay, and we are getting so x plus h, this is our problem. Let me separate. We get, instead of x, I'm going to plug x plus h, and x replace with these 2 because this is value of x, this is y. So it's going to be negative 1 minus 3 times. So instead of x, I'm replacing 2, and I have 2 plus h. So 3 times 2 plus h squared. Okay, and minus f of x. F of x is going to be negative 1 minus 3. Instead of x, I have 2 squared. There we go. Everywhere x I plugged with 2. Okay, and we divide by h. Limit h approaches to 0. So from here we get limit h approaches to 0, 1 minus 3 times 2 plus h squared. It's going to be minus 3. So let me clean this. This is going to be a plus b squared, where a plus b squared, one more time real quick, a squared plus 2ab plus b squared. A is 2, B is H. Okay. So it's going to be A squared. Here I'm going to get 2 squared, and then plus 2A, plus 2AB, 2AH. So it's going to be plus 2 times. A is 2 and times H. Here, this one. And let me color also this one this way so you can compare. And plus B squared, which is going to be plus H squared, right? Minus, what we have here? Negative 1 and negative 2 squared is 4. 4 times 3 is 12. We have to square first, remember? Power come first. So it's going to be negative 13, obviously. Okay, divided by H. So we are getting limit. H approaches to 0. 1 minus 3 times 4 plus 4H plus H squared. And it's going to be minus negative 1, negative 12 is negative 13. So it's going to be plus 13H. H approaches to 0. 1 minus negative 3 times 4 is negative 12. Negative 3 times 4H, negative 12H. Negative 3 times H squared is going to be negative 3H squared plus 13. So, oh, it's negative 1 here, I'm sorry. So I'm going to add here everywhere negative 1. So I'm getting negative 1, negative 12, negative 13, and negative 1, negative 12, and this negative 13, which means I'm going to cancel this all together, divided by H. And we are getting limit. H approaches to 0, and we get what? Negative 3H squared minus 12H over H. And we are getting, let me play with here so it won't run out of time, otherwise all this calculation will drain in the water. So, okay, we get what? Limit. H approaches to 0, and we have here H, taking H out, negative 3H minus 12. Actually, I can take negative 3H because I have 3 and 12. It will make my life easier. Negative H minus 4, right? H and H is gone, is equal. So 3 times, I'm plugging H0, so negative 0, we don't do it, minus 4, it's going to be negative 12. Okay, this is our M slope. Okay, so next what we are doing, remember, we are going to do y minus y1 equal m times x minus x1. So why this one? It comes again from the formula for m slope, y minus y1, x minus x1. And from there, y minus y1 equal 1 times, x minus x1. So, let's see. What are our coordinates? 2 and negative 3. 2 is x, negative 3 is y. So, y minus negative 13, negative 13, yes, equal m is negative 12, x minus 2. So from here, y plus 13, and we get negative 12x plus 24. So y is equal negative 12x plus 24, and this 13 comes here, minus 13. Y is equal negative 12x plus 11. Negative 12x plus 11. Negative 12x plus 11. Excellent job. Moving to next question, number 5. Moving to next question, number 5. So what do we have here? It says, which of the lines of the following graph appear to be tangent line? Okay, let me explain real quick. As we know, tangent line crossing only in one point, but doesn't cross. If I put this way, this is not a tangent line. Okay, so this is tangent line. It doesn't cross tangent line, it's just touching. Okay, all right, so it's going to be easy, this one. Which of the following line appears to be tangent line? So first one, we have L1. L1 is not tangent line. L2 is tangent line, marking down. L3 is at the tangent line. L4 is a tangent line. Okay. L5 is not tangent line. L6 is a tangent line. Checking. Well done. Next one. Oh, we have more. Okay. So what do we need to find? Why do the lines selected above appear to be tangent line, and why are the other lines are not tangent line? Because the slope of each tangent line, I already said, is equal the slope of the graph at one point of intersection between the graph. I think which one is the answer? It's either E, C, or D. Let me see. Let me read C. Each tangent line is perpendicular to the graph. What? Appear to be undefined. B is of tangent line approximately 0. Perpendicular is not. The slope of each tangent line is equal to the slope of the graph. Okay, this is the one. At the point of intersection between the graph and respective tangent line. The other line are not parallel to the graph at the point of tangency. This is the answer. We know that. Fantastic. Moving on to next one. Okay. We are going to find derivative. We start finding derivative. Okay. The derivative we are going to work with works the following way. Derivative of x to power n, when x we consider as a 1, right? Okay, is equal. This n comes in front. It's going to be, let me rewrite this decent way. X to power n prime or you can put f prime of x, that's mean derivative, is equal n times x to power n minus 1. Okay, so let's see. What do we have here? X to power 6. So 6 comes in front, right? It's going to be 6 times x to power 6 minus 1 is 5. That's a derivative for x to power 6. Bingo. That's question number 6. It was 6, now writing 7. dy dx. That's another way to use. So f of x, it's a one way. The other way is dy by dx. Okay, that's also same thing, derivative. Okay, and when y is equal how much? 6x. Okay. Y is equal 6x. We need to find dy dx, which is equal, I put d dx, and y is 6x, which I can put also same way, 6x prime. This is more popular, but you need to know this one also. So we are going to use exactly same way. So let me write down 6x, it's going to be to power 1, right? Prime. So which means this 1 is coming in front 6 times, this 1 comes in front, and next it's going to be 1 minus 1, right? So what do we get? We are getting 6 times 1 x to power 0, which is going to be equal 6. Okay, so derivative of 5x is 5, derivative 9x is 9, derivative of 100x is 100. Okay, 6x is going to be 6. Moving question number 8. Again, dy by dx, it's negative 18. Okay, this is interesting. Dy by dx, derivative of d18 dx, which is same way 18 prime. So 18 prime, can I write down 18 x to power 0? Yes, because it's going to be same 1, right? X to power 0 is 1. So it's going to be 18 times 0, right? And I'm getting x to power 0 minus 1, correct? Based on formula, x to power n is equal n times x, n minus 1. So this is equal 18 times, I know you know already the answer, but I'm going to go explain. 0 times x, negative 1 power, correct? So 0 times x to negative 1 is going to be 0. 18 times 0, which answer is equal 0. So from here, derivative of constant or available term, you can say, is 0. Okay? So derivative of 100 is 0. Derivative of 50 is 0. Going to be 0. Well, it was negative 18, so it's still going to be 0. Doesn't matter. Number 10, what do we have? Oh, number 9, x to power negative 9, okay? dy by dx. dy by dx is equal d by dx x to power negative 9, right? I think, yeah, okay. It's gonna be x to power negative 9. So which is equal x to power negative 9 prime. So it's equal negative 9 x to power negative 9 minus 1, right? N to power n minus 1. And we get negative 9 x to power negative 10. And negative x to power negative 10 is equal negative 9 over x to power positive 10. Because when you have negative 10, negative exponent, it brings the number down, right? Because, let me remind you real quick, x to power negative n is equal 1 over x to power positive n. That's the formula for exponents. So here we get negative 9 x to power 10 over x to power 10. Or it can be negative 9 x to power negative 10. Okay? Let me try first. Negative 9 and then x to power, 9x to power, we said negative 10. Let's try this. If it won't take this format, then we'll put in the form of fraction. Okay, took it. Number 10. What do we have? Negative 6 to power negative 6. Yeah. It's going to be negative 6 times this negative 6 come in front, right? X to power negative 6 minus 1. So we get negative 36 x to power negative 7. Negative 36 x to power negative 7. Negative 36 x to power negative 7. Okay, moving to next question. Okay, well, we can do this, let's do it at once, practicing. We practice all of them, right? So 3x cubed, 3 come in front, so and we have times 3 also, it's going to be 9, right? 9 x, and then here we have 3 minus 1, it's going to be 2, right? Power 2. Okay, next, what do we have? We have here minus. So negative 11x squared, 2 come in front, 11 times 2 is going to be 22. And then we have x. And 2 minus 1, it's going to be 1, the power, right? So we don't put 1. So it's going to be 22x. Plus 7x, derivative of 7x is going to be just 7, right? Oops. Any credit? Are you sure you want to continue without checking? No, we haven't done yet. Plus 7x, it's going to be 7. Let me write down and then I'll go over real quick. Maybe. So I think it's too early to just do like that. And the derivative of constant, it's going to be 0. So this is going to be the answer. Let me check. Good job. Now I'm going to, let me take the picture. Let me go real quick, step by step. So I did, I solve it, in my mind, but I think it's too early for you. So 3x squared cube minus 11x squared plus 7x plus 9 derivative. So it's equal 3x cubed, it's going to be 3 times this 3 times 3, and x is going to be to power 3 minus 1, right? 3 minus 1 is going to be 2. Next, 11 times these 2 come in front, x, and 2 minus 1 is 1. Plus 7, here we have 1 come in front, x to power 1 minus 1 is 0, which is going to be gone, right? Will be plus 7. And plus derivative of 9 is 0, you know. And that's how we got the answer. Okay. Next, number 12. All right, this is interesting. 18 square root x. So I'm going to represent 18 square root of x. I'm going to write down 18 square root x. We can represent as x to power 1/2, right? So for people who don't remember, this is degree 1. If there is nothing in here, that's 2. And that's how it's happening. 1 comes here, and this 2 comes here, power 2. Okay, x to power 1/2, so it's going to be 18 times 1/2, right? 1/2 come in front, x, and 1/2 minus 1. We are getting 18 times 1/2, x to power 1/2 minus 1 is negative 1/2. And 18 plus times 1/2, we get 9. So 9 x to power negative 1/2, which is equal negative, this negative sign is going to bring my x down, right? It's going to be 1 over x to power positive 1/2. Remember I mentioned x to power negative n is equal 1 over x to power positive n, just like here. And this is equal 9 over x to power 1/2, or it's going to be 9 over x to power 1/2 is here. See? Let me color it. It's equal square root of x, which is going to be 9 over square root of x. Let me write down. 9. Okay, square root and x. Fantastic. Number 14. No, 13. Okay. What does it want? It wants to find derivative of negative 1. So the only difference is we need to find derivative and then plug negative 1 as a value of x. Nothing special. Let's do it. So we need to find f prime of x is equal 3x squared minus 3x plus 1 prime, and it's equal. So it's going to be 3 times 2x to power 1, right? Minus this is going to be 3, this is going to be 0. So we get what? 6x minus 3. So f prime of negative 1, we are going to be equal 6 times negative 1 and minus 3. Negative 6, negative 3 is negative 9. Okay? Bingo. Number 14. right? So let's take a picture so I can work with it. Let me write down again, we need to take derivative. So we have y is equal 8x plus 3 to power x over to power 4. We need to find dy by dx at the point of x is equal 1. So let's do it. First of all, I'm representing 3 to over x to power 4. That is equal 3 times x to power negative 4. Because I don't want to deal with fraction. So y prime, which is I can write down f prime of x, or I can write down dy by dx. It's all same thing. Derivatives. The three forms of representing derivative, and it's equal. Oops, this is plus. Is equal 8x plus 3x to power negative 4. And we get prime 8, right? Here will be 8, because here we have 1. 1 minus 1 is 0, which is x is gone. We have 8. And here we'll get 3 times negative 4 and x to power negative 5 minus 1, right? Okay, so we are getting y prime is equal 8 minus 12x to negative 5, okay, and or I'm writing down 8 minus 12 over x to positive 5. So my x is 1, which is going to be 8 minus 12 over x to power, 1 to power 5, which is same thing, equal 1. And we get 8 minus 12. The answer is negative 4. Good job. Question number 15. For the function, find the points on the graph at which the tangent line is horizontal. If none exists, state that fact. So y is equal 5x minus 0. Okay. So the derivative of the function is we use to find the slope of the tangent line. Okay? By taking derivative from the function, we are finding the slope of the tangent line. And the slope of the horizontal line is 0, right? Okay. So therefore, we are going to take derivative and see what's going to happen. So d by dx, so instead of, okay, dy by dx is equal d by dx from 5x minus 4. Or we am writing down 5x minus 4 prime. And it's going to be equal. So let's write down y prime is equal, derivative of 5x, it's going to be 5, right? Because x to power 1, 1 minus 1 is 0, and 1 times 5 is 5. 5 minus 0, correct? And we said that slope for the horizontal line is equal 0. And derivative is representing slope. So we should have 0 is equal 5 minus 0. So, or 0 equal 5, which is nonsense, which means there is no horizontal line. All right. There are no points where the tangent line is horizontal. All right, question number 16. Oh, we have one more. Ah, we need to check, okay. Question number 16. For what point on the curve y is equal 3x squared minus 2x is the slope of tangent line equal to negative 20? Okay, that's an interesting question. Let's solve it. So we have y is equal 3x squared minus 2x, and we need to find for which point of this curve is the slope of tangent line equal to negative 20. All right, we know that tangent line, the slope is, we can take, to find the slope, we need to take derivative, right? So it's going to be y prime equal 3x squared minus 2x prime. It's going to be equal 3 times is coming front. It's going to be 6x to power 1, right? And then minus, okay, let's go in detail. So 6 times 3 times 2x to power 2 minus 1, and then minus 2 times, since x to power 1, it's going to be 1 time x to power 1 minus 1. So, and we are getting 6x to power 1, or we clean that 1, and minus 2, x is gone, right? 1 minus 1 is 0, x to power 0 is 1, so minus 2. And our derivative, it says equal negative 20. Let's find x from here. So 6x is equal negative 20 plus 2. 6x is equal negative 18, and x is equal negative 3. Okay, so we have the point of x. Let's plug this equation, since we need to know at what point this equation equal negative 20. We already plug the negative 20 as a y, and we got that at the point of negative 3. So I'm going to plug negative 3 to this, my original equation, to find which point y and x, it's going to be tangent line negative 20. So y is equal 3 times x is negative 3 squared. Let me put this way, I'm plugging here. Minus 2 times negative 3. And this is going to be equal, negative 3 squared is 9, 9 times 3 is 27, and then plus 6. And I'm getting 33. So it's going to be at the point of 33. Let's double check. Yeah, at the point of 33, I'm going to get negative 3 and 33, so x is negative 3 and y is 33, so it's going to be coordinate negative 3 and 33. I will get the derivative that is equal tangent line that's equal to negative 20. So negative 3 and 33. put parentheses. Where are parentheses? This is square brackets. Here. 3, comma, was it positive? Negative 333, okay. Negative 3, comma, 33, and we are closing parentheses.